Hey, welcome everybody. It's been a little while. Yeah, it's actually been quite a while. I've actually wanted to do updates quite a bit more frequently than that, but life intervenes and I haven't been able to get to it quite as much as I'd wanted. However, the past couple of weeks, I've actually had some time to work on this, and I've done quite a bit. So this is basically another update as to how Forward Under the Stars is going. And graphically, there have been some alterations. For the most part, I haven't done much with the ships or anything yet. But as you can see, we are over a pinkish planet, and this is actually the new... Whoa, I'm floating. There we go. This is actually the new Serenity, and it doesn't look terribly exciting right now. I told you I'd be doing some graphical overhauls, and I've made headway, but it's not perfect yet. But as you can see, maybe a little difficult with YouTube's compression, but you can actually see a little bit more of the details in the ground now. So that is definitely a step up. And what's really awesome is these planets tend to look really cool when you start gaining some distance. So we'll go ahead and do that. But there's been more than just graphical updates going on as well. I can't remember if I mentioned in the last video, but the entire scripting system has been overhauled. I'm now using XScript for everything, which is pretty cool. And I've made some progress in that regard. I now have faction AI, which is really cool. So we had ship AI before, and ship AI just allowed me to do some basic things. So ships could, interact. They could shoot at each other, follow each other around, stuff like that. Faction AI is a little bit more like a coordinator. It basically spawns fleets and does other fun things. Ooh, there we go. Yeah, and anyway, yeah, so it allows the game to be a bit more, well, what a game should be. It allows the AI systems to basically try to react and affect the player's decisions in some way, which will be really cool. So as you can see, that's looking pretty nice. I'm pretty happy with it. I did some overhaul with the shader work on the atmosphere just to make it a little bit nicer. And you've probably also noticed the new sound effects. And, oh, that was funny. But you've probably noticed the new sound effects. Yeah, I have added a few new sound effects to things. There's now thruster sounds, and there's now rift space sounds for entering and exiting rift space. And that just adds a little bit of excitement, I guess, to the game, making it a little bit more realistic. The game was starting to get a little boring, so I thought that would spice it up a bit. Some of the things I want to do is voiceovers for each of the starships. There actually are some voiceovers already that are kind of just placeholders. We may run into those a little bit later. They typically happen when we get attacked. Those will probably get changed out, but what I really want to do is add some voiceovers for, like, when you come in contact with a new ship or whatever, depending on what that ship is doing, who owns it, and things like that. I'm hoping to give it different voiceover so it kind of gives a flavor or feel to the world. Not every ship feels like every other ship, Every ship's got a job, and they'll treat you based off of what they're currently doing. If they're patrolling a sector, they're going to look at you as if you might be shady, a shady smuggler trying to smuggle cargo. If you're, talking to a merchant, maybe he's happy to see you, especially if you're in a warship and you're on his team. He may be happy to see some guns protecting him or something like that. So I think that has some opportunity for some fun, and I'm looking forward to doing that. But let's have a look at some other things too. So one of the things you'll notice is there is a distress signal now. I think in previous games I also had a distress signal, and it was about in that same spot. However, one of the major differences is distress signals are now dynamically created. In fact, nope, that says prospect. Okay, but distress signals will create randomly, and they're basically random instances within the game, and various things will happen. They are a little buggy right now. It's one of the things I need to fix, so we'll see if this one's working right. Oh wow, this particular seed puts Janice and Hudson right next to each other. That's unusual. But effectively, when you get to a distress signal, it may be a legitimate distress signal. You never really know. But it might also be an ambush. And so, yeah, it's always kind of a dice roll what you're going to get. What's also cool is if you do happen to find a derelict freighter, there is cargo on board that freighter, and that is randomized. And most of the time, you'll just get some basic supplies, but there's also some special cargo that right now is kind of a white elephant gift because you can't get rid of it, but in the future, it's going to be some really nice cargo that will allow you to influence the game world a little bit more than normal. Things like that include medical supplies, xenological artifacts, and probably propaganda pamphlets. So I'm excited about how all that's going to play out, and hoping I can actually kind of get to work on some of that sooner rather than later. I do need to do a cargo and production overhaul, so we'll see how that plays out. But I think it'll work out okay. It'll be pretty nice. So, alright. And a loop of shame. I'm forever missing these. They're actually not that bad. When I'm not recording, I usually hit them. Okay, here we go. So basically the way that plays out is you have to be under 10 megameters per second. So we're going at 4 right now, so if we run into it, we'll be fine. You also have to be within a megameter. And there we go. Yeah, too bad. Looks like this one kind of glitched out a bit. There's actually a reason why these are probably glitching out. And it's a huge reason, and it's something I'll get to at the end of the video. But let's just say I'm having an overhaul go on right now that I think you guys are going to be really excited about. So it's actually something I swore I would never do, and I decided to play around with it, and I think I'm going to implement it. But again, we'll get to that at the end of the video. For now, though, I just kind of want to showcase kind of the new graphics and everything, because they're really neat. Oh, cool. So that's Phoenix, or I'm sorry, that's Thebes. And yeah, well, we're next to Thebes. Let's go check out Thebes. That could be fun. Yeah, I'm really bummed the freighters didn't pop up here, but that happens. Oh, well, I'm hoping to do my next video a lot closer to this one, so hopefully I'll have all that fixed. I've got a Trello open for this game now. And the Trello allows me to sort of not just log what features need to be made and things like that, but I'm also using it to tag features for next iteration. And I'm hoping, we'll see how it goes, but every little iteration I do, I'm hoping that I'll be able to post a video for it so you guys can see what the progress is. And also, I would like to start getting funding for this game, but I'm still trying to figure out how I want to do that. It still seems pretty early for a lot of things. I've been considering opening up a Patreon, but I don't know how that would work out. Doing a Kickstarter or Indiegogo seems kind of a bad idea right now, but whatever. Anyway, yeah, you can see the details of the planets are looking a lot better. Another nice thing about Thebes right now is it actually looks like a desert planet. My last iteration was pretty awesome, very similar to what we have now, but I've made it to where there's more ways to customize the colors of the actual planet. Another thing too is we have actual water now, and the last Thebes iteration I didn't have water in the shader yet, so that's pretty nice. It's hard to get the reflectiveness of the water, but it is reflective, I assure you. I think Serenity is a little bit easier to see. But yeah, it's not half bad. I think it's alright. And I've still been tweaking a lot of this. Especially Thebes. Thebes has always been the first planet I've worked on. And in this last iteration, it's actually been the last planet I worked on. So it's not quite as amazing as the others. So, you guys want to go somewhere? I told you guys I would never take you. Well, let's go ahead and do that. We're going to go to Onyx. And there's a reason we're going to go to Onyx. I'm really proud of how it turned out. It's kind of spooky. So we've got more... Yeah, see, so now we have 2 distress signals. And I hope I'm going the right way. I think I am. Uh-oh, Briar's Wake. Keep our distance with that. And you may have also noticed that the terse system is a little bit better. It was driving me crazy, so I went ahead and did a little bit of a overhaul of it, and I think it looks a bit more professional. It's a little nice too because the sun gets really bright, and it was virtually impossible to read things in terse when the sun was blocking it. And it's not great now, but it's a heck of a lot better than it used to be. I can actually read things that are against the sun now, so that's nice. Yep, got another distress signal. And there goes Briar's Wake. So, I don't know if I showcase... yeah, I did showcase Briar's Wake in a previous video, so you guys probably have a pretty good idea as to what would happen if we went there. Spoiler alert, it would not be pretty. So there may be a certain thing going on in real life in, I think, September. And, yeah, I just thought for giggles I'd celebrate the questionability of people's motives. So, yes, we're going to go to Area 51, which is a joke right now. It's not going to be called Area 51 in-game. But we're going to go to Area 51, and we're going to see how things are going. And one of the cool things about going to Area 51 right here, in-game, not in real life, is I'm hoping to showcase some of the faction AI, because Area 51, just like in real life, is a restricted area. And if you stick around there too long, Echelon will actually send an assassin squad to chase me. Well, it'd be nice if they were chasing me away. The reality is they're going to hunt me to my death. And I'm not going to end the video on a fight, and you'll see why in a second, or once I get near the end, but I do want to get in a little bit of a fight right now because I've made some alterations to the fighting system. Hi, Echelon. Now, traditionally, who's this guy? Traditionally, Echelon's actually on our team, more or less. Oh, okay, so that must be their supply freighter. That's fine. But yeah, check this out. I mean, this is a pretty cool looking planet, if I do say so myself. This is a bit more the quality I'm looking for as far as the groundwork for planets. And I think it's coming along pretty well. I'm pretty excited about it. This is basically the level of quality. I can even do better with Onyx here. But this is closer to the level of quality I think I can get with planets, with planetary rendering and such. And I think it's going to be good enough quality for the final product. Now again, I am missing things. Most specifically, I am missing clouds. We've got a problem. Looks like Echelon's not too thrilled with us being here. Yeah. Yep. Okay. Time to go.
Get me out of here.
Yeah, we're working on it. Okie dokie. I can try to fend this guy off, but this is not going to be easy at all. Oh, okay. Well, here's an AI issue. We're probably going to win this because we're cheating. You know what? I'm going to let him... Do I want to? Nah, I don't. I'm going to take advantage of this. I'm going to be a jerk. So, as you can see, things are looking pretty awesome. You'll also notice the blue that's happening. That's because he's next to a friendly station. Because he's next to a friendly station, he's able to heal, and so you'll see blue sparks whenever a ship is in the middle of healing. You'll also notice massive smoke plumes coming out of the ship. That's because the fighting system is a bit more refined than it used to be. There's now armor plates on 4 sectors of the ship. Front, back, left, and right. And, oh, that's funny. Because I'm also friendly with Echelon. They're repairing both of us, even though I'm killing them. Oh, I think we got him. We're going to watch this. There we go. Oh, yeah. That's an explosion. Alright, let's get out of here before they decide that they want to hurt us some more. Oh, gosh! Oh, gosh! They want to hurt us some more. Okay. Yeah, we got to get out of here pronto. Fortunately, I think we can. This one might hunt us, so we may have a bit of a problem on our hands. But anyways, yeah, there are now quadrants on the ship, armor quadrants, and if armor quadrants start to take damage, they'll flame up, so you can get an idea of how damaged the ship is by how much fire it's spitting out. And that can be pretty handy. Unfortunately, that also happens to us as well, as you can see here. We took a bit of damage. But it's one way to find out, you know, what your health is. So before we get too out of here, I do want to showcase. We are spitting smoke everywhere. Oh gosh, I'm so bad at my own game. Hold on. Let's arc it up to about there. What am I running into? Part of my problem too is I'm using a controller and I'm not very good at it. But yeah, as you can see, oh hi. Yeah, that'd be our hunter. He kind of wants to hang out with us, it looks like. He's waiting for us to drop or drop into a sector so that he can finish the job, basically. But yeah, let's do a quick little loop about over here. I know we're going to get some smoke in the way, but yeah, as you can see, Onyx just it's a creepy little place. It's hard to explain, but that's kind of a place that I wouldn't want to hang out too long. Alright, you're going to try to kill us, so let's get smart about this. What's the closest place to us right now? It's like Hudson and Janice are probably some of the closest. Oh shoot, that's not going to help though, because right. Well, you know what? We blew something up. Let's go show that feature I've been talking about and haven't been telling you guys much about. I've been a little elusive. Alright, so if I hit escape, the new feature is I've got a main menu. Yay! Okay, that's not really the main feature. You may notice that there are different options here. And if you look at option number 2, that's kind of interesting, I would imagine. So if we go ahead and do a multiplayer quick join, we're going to go ahead and connect to a server. And yeah, that's right. We are now in multiplayer. And not only are we in multiplayer, but I already had my laptop set up in a game, and we're above Phoenix Landing, or we're at Phoenix Landing right now. And we've got another Mariposa freighter there. Now, there's actually another player commanding the ship that we're on right now. But unfortunately, I don't have visuals for the players yet. That will change, obviously. What is cool is that this is a full free roam thing. So what I was concerned about was if I did implement multiplayer, let me actually, this may cause problems, but okay, there we go. So one of the things I was concerned about in multiplayer was how should that play out? And in my head, it's always been a co-op game where basically you have, 4 to 8 players on a single ship, and everybody has a job, and they go and do it, and that was it. You'd basically just stay on the ship, and you do whatever. But one of the things about this game has always been that you can own fleets. It always seemed kind of weird to me that you couldn't have a player on, like, say, a freighter, like this Mariposa freighter over here, while another player, provides escort. And that never sat well with me, but the problem is if you do that, clearly they can fly off in different directions. And so I started fiddling around with Photon, which is pretty amazing so far. I've been pretty happy with it. It's a multiplayer framework for Unity. Well, actually, I guess it's general, but it has a Unity port. And I was playing around with it, and I was like, this is kind of useful. I see what they're doing here. So as I fiddled, I actually may have found a way to get it to where you can actually have full free roam for all players. And so if you give me 1 second, I'll show you how that works. Okay, here we go. So it's not much, but you can see the freighter's currently rotating, and if you give me 1 more second, I can actually fly it around a little bit. Having some problems. My tracker on my laptop's absolute garbage right now, so it's kind of hard to control things. I should have hooked up my other Xbox controller. 1 more second. So yeah, there we go. So while that one's being commanded by the other player, there's only one of me, so this isn't the easiest thing ever. but I can, of course, command this frigate as well. And therefore, you can have players all on a single ship. As this started out, both players were on this one ship right here, the frigate. And then all you simply need to do is just transfer to the other ship. So if I were to transfer now me and the other player are both on the... It drives me crazy. Shut up. Okay, little glitch needs fixing. But yeah, now me and the other player are on the freighter, and so we can switch back and forth however we see fit. I can check out the cargo stores on the freighter, which should be empty. Yeah, they are. Okay. And, you know, access control panels and things like that. So the game's fully playable from multiple positions, and I'm not going to showcase this because I really can't without giving you the view of the laptop, which unfortunately I'm not in a position to do right now. But yes, you can fly two distinct ships piloted by two distinct players into different key locations, or, you know, one explore the solar system while the other does business in a key location somewhere. It's completely workable. I do have some issues with it, but I have some ideas on how to resolve them. Basically, the first player to connect is the master player, and they kind of get control of everything. And if they're not in a zone, the game kind of cheats a little bit on how it deals with spacecraft, and because of that, if another player is not in the same zone as the master player, then it gets a little weird. Ships kind of don't react the way you would expect them to, but I think I have a solution for that. So much of multiplayer is hinged upon how well I'm able to fix that problem, but I think it's doable. I really do, and so I'm pretty excited to kind of showcase this. At the very least, I feel like if I can't do, you know, ship or distinct ships for players, then possibly I'll go back to just all players on a single ship, or all players in the same key location type thing. And that may work enough, but it would be nice if players can go wherever they want, whenever they feel like it. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this. Definitely progress is being made. It's really fun shooting things. I love watching things light on fire. It's just really exciting. But I think that's going to do it for now. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next update. Have fun.